Jerry Jones, very clear with what he wants. Very clear with what he'll do to get what he wants. Jerry Jones, never someone who suffered from closed mouths don't get fed Channing Frye syndrome. So this is what Jerry Jones had to say as Cowboy Camp kicked off. Here's Jerry Jones.
You've joked in the past that you've made these deals with the devil to win these Super Bowls. When things just kept working against you guys last year, did you feel like he was cashing in?
Well, I found that he's not quite as responsive to one's individual asks as you might think. And I'm not trying to be sacrilegious here, but the facts are that I would right now, if I could, and I knew had a good chance to do it, I'd do anything known to man to get in a Super Bowl. That's a fact. And there's nothing in my mind that can have a higher priority than that.
Yikes. Yikes. Anything known to man. My goodness. What is that? Oof. He knows what he wants, though. He wants a Super Bowl in Dallas. I know TJ wants a Super Bowl in Dallas. I don't know if he's going to get it, but I know that's what he wants.
I'm down for him to do anything known to man to get it.
Anything known to man.
Anything. And
anything.
There's a lot of area to cover when you say anything.
And you think about like the history of mankind and all of the things that have
like
happened on planet Earth.
Like just the stuff that's going through my head right now. And I'm not that devious. I'm a little devious. I'm just thinking what I'm thinking. And then I know what Del Tufo's probably thinking. And who knows what Brockman's going through his
takes
mind
a nice chunk out of the pie.
Just think about it. What would TJ do for a Super Bowl? Think about it.
Look, man, I know what I would do for a Klondike bar. So for a Super Bowl, man,
And then Jerry also finally admitting that he was in the wrong with Jimmy Johnson. That's a big moment for the Cowboys fans, for Cowboy Nation, a healing moment, a moment perhaps that leads to Jimmy being recognized by the franchise for his great contributions to those Super Bowl teams. So interesting State of the Union for Jerry Jones as we kick off the NFL season. Ben Lyons filling in for Rich on the Rich Eisen Show. But he knows what he wants. He goes out there and says it. He might not get it, but at least he knows what he wants, so he has a chance to get it. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what he wants. I don't know what the problem is right now. I don't know if he's going to be there next week. Closed mouths don't get fed. But TJ, as a lifelong Cowboys fan, to have Jerry get up there and have a little humble pie and admit that he was in the wrong with Jimmy Johnson all those years ago, that's a huge moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the first time that I can remember him ever really addressing it, especially the way he did yesterday in the clips, the language that he used. Like Barry Switzer basically like, no, get Jimmy in here. I need to put both of you on this chair, kind of smack you upside your head and go, how'd you mess this up? And not in those words. But yeah, as Cowboys fans, and I've always said this, and if Jimmy doesn't leave, I don't see any reason why Dallas doesn't win 4 Super Bowls in a row. And who knows what happens after that.
We hear about it from players all the time. Chris Paul right now is processing that might be the closest he ever gets to a championship. We hear it from players that they regret leaving something out on the field, or that's their biggest fear in life. But when you're somebody like Jerry Jones with power, wealth, pride, ego, and you get a taste of it, and then you just sacrifice everything and you go for it again. It's like Sisyphus in Hades pushing the boulder up the mountain only to be condemned to a life of pain and suffering. You could feel the pain in his voice. He's willing to do anything known to man.
Anything. Not almost anything, guys.
Anything. There's something, I said to me, there's something kind of sad and almost like romantic about seeing a man look at his life in the rearview mirror, a man of means and power and success, to sort of put their life into perspective as they continue to make their way down the field of their journey. Really emotional stuff there from Jerry Jones to kick off the season.
Acknowledge his mistakes too and look back with regret. Jerry Jones doesn't strike me as a guy who has a lot of regret in his life.
I went to that steakhouse and I ordered a salmon. That was a bad decision. I should have ordered steak.
I don't think
he's going through that on the drive home.
Also, I would be willing to bet Jerry Jones has never had salmon. as a guy from Arkansas and Texas, just saying. But yeah,
What's the fish of the day?
so to hear him kind of say that, it's like definitely eye-opening,
Yeah.
you know, and it should be what everyone's talking about today. It's kind of nuts.
No, life perspective stuff, and shows you too. Just it's almost like a cruel twist of fate to be able to have that amount of success, at that stage in your life and your journey, and then spend the next. How long has it been, TJ, since you guys were in the Super Bowl? Remind me.
1995.
Yeah, so spend the next 20 some odd years chasing that, not getting there, not even sniffing it, not even getting close to it.
Ben, the funny thing about that is we were speaking pre-show about this, and that is everyone who doesn't like Dallas, that's their thing that they lean on. Well, last 25 years, so we're going to get specific, right? We're going to go 25 years, how many years it's been since they've won. No one takes into consideration the fact that this team, Jerry Jones, does have 3 Super Bowls, right? And how many team owners have multiple Super Bowls? What is it, 6?
Yeah, but what did Giannis say about thinking about the past? That's your ego. Thinking about the
and
future, that's your pride. Thinking the moment, that's your humility.
His overall,
that was Jerry in the moment.
Yeah, that is him in the moment. You're right.
And there was a rare sign of humility, which is why he's admitting his faults with Jimmy Johnson and admitting, he has regrets and things he looks back on. So in the moment, that's that humility. Boy, Giannis is just a wizard, huh?
So wise beyond. Well,
so wise.
Most philosophers are Greek, right?
He's a great Greek philosopher. Yeah.
Plato, Socrates, Johnny A.
Your past is your ego. Your future is your pride. Your presence is your humility.
Man.
Wise stuff.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.